I've sat in hundreds of executive project reviews, and I can tell you the exact moment a project manager loses the room. It's slide 7 of a 20-slide PowerPoint filled with spreadsheets and Gantt charts when the VP of Engineering finally interrupts and asks, "Sorry, can we just cut to the chase? Are we on track or not?" That moment is a career killer. It exposes you as someone who reports data, not someone who provides clarity. For years, in every high-stakes project I've managed for clients, I've used a single one-page document to make sure that moment never happens. Today, I'm going to walk you through it. Hey everyone, this is Wakas Manover. Welcome back to Project Infotech, where we skip the theory and focus on tools and tactics that actually get you promoted. In our last video, we covered the 12-month roadmap. Today, we're zooming in on the single most effective communication tool I've ever used in my career. That is the Project Clarity Dashboard. I'm not going to teach you how to build this. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'll break down the psychology of why it works on executives and walk you through a real-world IT example of how this one page saved a project from disaster. By the end of this, you'll understand how to communicate with leadership like a senior strategist. Now, before I show you the dashboard, you need to understand the golden rule of communicating up. Executives do not have time for details. They have time for decisions. They operate on a completely different wavelength. Your job isn't to show them how busy you are, it's to make their job easier. This dashboard is built on what I call the 3 C's of executive communication: clarity, confidence, control. So first, clarity. Can they understand the entire project's health in 60 seconds? Second is confidence. Does this document radiate competence and show you have a plan? And third, control. Does it empower them to make decisions? Every section is engineered for this. Let's break it down. Alright, this is it. Let's use a real-world example. I was brought in to manage Project Phoenix, a critical backend migration for a fintech client. Millions of dollars on the line. The pressure was immense. The first thing a leader sees is the top half. The project goal isn't migrate the system. It's stated in business terms. For example, migrate our core processing engine to the new cloud infrastructure by Q4 2025 with the aim to cut transaction processing time by 30% and reduce server overhead costs by 15%. It immediately answers, why are we doing this? And the overall health is a single color-coded status. When I walk into a steering committee, they see that green circle and they can physically relax. The progress bars for budget, scope, and timeline give them the 10-second gut check. Now let's get to the crisis. On Project Phoenix, our third-party API provider, the one handling payment processing, told us they were going to be 4 weeks late. This was a potential catastrophe that could derail our entire launch. Here's what the dashboard looked like at that moment. As you can see, we were making great progress. Architecture and core development were complete. We were right in the middle of phase 3, partner API integration owned by Sam. This is where the bomb dropped. A junior PM sends a panic email. We updated the dashboard. First, in the risks and blockers section, we added one line: status red. Description: API partner delivery delay of 4 weeks threatens go live date. And the mitigation was exploring alternatives, decision needed by Friday. But here's the crucial part, the timeline. Look at the core metrics. Our project was planned for 150 days. The 4-week delay put us on a 178-day trajectory. So I manually flagged the timeline metric as amber, which is at risk. This is the key. The progress bar doesn't lie about the past. We have completed our work to date, but the color tells the story of the future. It's a visual warning signal. When the CTO sees that amber bar, their eyes immediately go to the risks section to find out why. The dashboard connects the problem to its consequence visually before I even say a word. So once leadership understands the consequence, you have to guide them to the solution. This is where the key decisions and actions section comes in. I put this exact item at the top, decision needed. approve $50,000 emergency budget to onboard an alternative API provider to maintain the December 15 go live date. I also included other items to show the rest of the project was still under control, like the UAT sign-off. But the focus was clear. I didn't present a problem, I presented a choice. We can hit our date for a cost, or we can accept the delay. The CDO made the call in 5 minutes. Problem solved. This is how we use the tool to turn chaos into calm, strategic choice. This dashboard is a weapon, but you have to know how to wield it. Here is my non-negotiable playbook. Rule number 1. The pre-read is mandatory. I email this PDF 1 hour before every steering committee. The subject, for example, could be Project Phoenix dashboard or pre-read. It shows respect for their time. Number 2 is the 60-second opening. I narrate the story. For example, as you saw in the pre-read, overall health is yellow, driven by the API risk. Our primary goal today is to decide on the budget for the solution. In the 60 seconds, I've set the entire context. Rule number 3, you control the agenda. This dashboard becomes the meeting agenda. It forces the conversation to be about risks, decisions, and outcomes. Using this tool has fundamentally changed my career. It's how you build the trust that gets you put in charge of bigger, more important projects. And because I want you to have this exact advantage, I made the template for the Project Clarity dashboard available for you. This isn't a toy spreadsheet, it's the refined version I use with my clients. It's completely free. The link is at the very top of the description. Go there, put $0 in the price, and Gumroad will send my personal template directly to you. Once you have this tool, you'll be communicating like a leader. But what happens when you have stakeholders who try to derail you? The micromanager who questions every move, the ghost who never gives you approvals. That's what we are covering in the next video. I'm going to give you my script for managing the 3 most difficult stakeholder types. It's a critical skill for any senior project manager. Also, subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and go provide some clarity.